Hello, so today's video is going to seem quite vloggy again. I'm basically just going to reflect on what happened yesterday. And by what happened yesterday, it's not clickbait at all. Basically, all that happened is I hadn't uploaded a video that day. And the video that I recorded, I uploaded at about 1:30 in the morning. I recorded it relatively early at like 3:30 and just thought I left it on my phone uploading on YouTube, but I guess I didn't, or it failed. I'm not sure what happened. I guess I just forgot then to upload it. And you'll have noticed now that there was one sort of in that time period because I uploaded it, as I just said, at 1:30. And so this gives me the opportunity to reflect on how, obviously, I made the YouTube video, New Year's resolution, that was for me to upload a YouTube video on every single day, whether it was just a TikTok that I've made that was quite long, which I've done, I think, only the once. I did like another one where I didn't have time to record a video like this, which videos like this weren't always what I'd planned to do on the channel. It's just something that is easy to do, and as I've mentioned in my last couple of videos, it's quite helpful, and I found recently, to just be able to take a couple of minutes, well, ends up being like 10 or 20 minutes out of my day to just relax and reflect and stress myself out with trying to keep the conversation flowing, which I never normally have trouble doing in an actual conversation within reason, but it can be quite hard to do it like this because I am just talking to myself effectively. But as I said, so it sort of broke that New Year's resolution, but it didn't at the same time because it still held the same purpose. I was still uploading a video for that day. I fulfilled the quota. It was just late, I guess, and I'm sure with my 26 was the last number I remember it being. I don't think it's 27 yet subscribers, and obviously I'm counting down the little amount of subscribers that I have, but I don't think they were so worried that there wasn't content for them to watch that day. I'm sure they were fine living the rest of their lives, not worrying about it. But it's more of a, as I've said before, incentive for me to keep posting to the channel so that I don't miss that quota, and so that I actually do end up posting every day. And sort of, as I said, an incentive, it forces me to be consistent on the channel, because obviously, as I've mentioned before, I feel like everyone's tried YouTube at some point or whatever. There'll be people going, I've never tried it, and there'll be people also going, I've never tried it, knowing full well that they have, because they've made a channel and then they probably made one video on the channel going, oh, this is my channel, blah blah blah, and then they just don't upload. And I always talk about how obviously I've got a TikTok following, which was recently got over 15,000. So I was very happy about that. Well on our way to 16,000 as well, which isn't that much in the grand scheme of things. That's like saying a YouTuber with 1 million subscribers is well on their way to 1,100,000. It's just nothing in the grand scheme of things, obviously. But it's still good to see, and I like seeing the following go up because it actually means that it's working. And for instance, you know, if I'd said ages ago when I had 14 subscribers on my YouTube channel, then that I wasn't going to get like the 26 I've got now, then I wouldn't have necessarily got them. And that's why the continued effort works, doesn't it? And so, as I mentioned TikTok before, it's also that fact that there will be videos on the channel so people see that there is an actual point to that. And I guess the point to this video is sort of advice like that. And as I always say, I really do always say this now, and now I'm thinking about how I always say it, but I'm giving advice out as someone with 26,000, God, imagine 26,000 subscribers, but 26 subscribers, and people are going to think, well, I don't really need to pay attention to that advice. But obviously if the TikTok's anything to go off, I clearly know what I'm doing. But obviously I've not always been consistent on TikTok, but TikTok's different to YouTube in the way that you don't need to post every day because you still get views. People won't unfollow you or won't need to follow you knowing that you don't post every day, but that's not important on YouTube either. But I've just felt that, like, from people clicking onto my YouTube channel off TikTok, which every TikTok has basically got at least an Instagram or a YouTube linked if they feel like they're somewhat of a relevant content creator, I guess. And obviously people post on Instagram all the time, but the thing with YouTube is people link their YouTube and they've only done it so that they can get YouTube subscribers, but they don't actually have any content there. So you'll see people like 200,000 TikTok followers with like 20 YouTube subscribers because they just are not going to subscribe to them because they know there's nothing there. So that's basically what I've talked about today, and this is sort of really slowed down and just mellowed out. But I think I made my point that I am okay with the fact that I sort of messed up that recording last night. But as I said, because it's sort of broken that like rule that I put in place, but considering I still uploaded it, I'm okay with the fact that it's happened because it's still there. And as I said, if I post one every single day of the year, then I'm going to look back on this year having made 365 videos, which obviously we had 2 before January and now on the 22nd of January, so we must have 24 then, I guess, including this one. So that's quite cool, I think. 24 YouTube videos, and they're all some of them are quite similar and some of them are not, some of them are quite quirky. Obviously this one I've talked about very similar things as well. And in those similar videos, I'm going to talk about how, I have talked about, and in this one, because they're similar, I've talked about them on each. But I'm talking about how I'm talking about things on both of them, and how I can always talk about these 2 things, or a number of things, on separate videos, and keep doing it, because obviously, I've definitely said this before, that if I've got 26 subscribers, no one's necessarily going to see the video, so no one's going to be like, oh, well, you've just remade that video. Like, no question of a doubt. And if I've got, 26,000 subscribers, like I said, in the future, then I can still make these videos, because no one will probably have seen them, but if they will, I don't think they care anyway, because no one's seen them, so it's content that has necessarily been underappreciated, I guess, but I want people to see, because a lot of them are not only things that I think people will enjoy, but things that I want people to see. I want to get my opinion across because I think that it's useful. And then if it's not useful, people can just ignore it. But if people do find it useful, then that's my purpose fulfilled. Wow, that was quite good, wasn't it? So I'll leave it there. Thank you. And sorry if you're offended that I didn't upload the video yesterday. I'm more offended with myself than you are. I'm not, because I've just spent the whole video saying that. And I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna just, because this is quite a good length. I'm gonna say the video now is about 8 minutes long. Let's see how that looks. Right, thank you.